everyone is doing well. This is Team Gates. We have Eric King, we have Ed Nixon, and myself, Gary Newton. We have our project video here. And as you notice in front of you, we have our README up here. We're going to make it pretty simple and straightforward. We don't have an elaborate slideshow. We're just going to run through quickly and show you how it works. And after that, we're going to kind of break down a lot of the process that led us to this point. So we have a web-based application that generates a YouTube player with pre-selected search options depending on your location. It takes that and compares it against some other options and populates a Google map as well. And it also includes a form that enables us to add additional locations and search options as well. So we'll go ahead and open that up. So here we go. It is mobile responsive, so it will change whenever you're looking at it full screen versus side by side, so on and so forth. So we have our site pulled up. So we have this saved as a location. So school, it tells us our longitude and latitude, pulls up our map, and scroll up please. It also generates HTML, CSS, and JavaScript as our pre-populated buttons. Go ahead and click one. So bam, we have our video. And we can also search for another video, jQuery. So we can pull up another video. And let's say you want to do something a little bit different. You can go ahead and scroll down or add a new search. So we can click the green button, add a location, put in the information.
I'm just going to do school again. Let's say
Here is popular.
Music.
Music. We need to have like a coders music festival or something. And if you scroll up, you can see where the buttons were added. Now beer will kill us.
Yeah.
They're for cheap beers.
music. It's really broad. Let's see what we get.
Yeah, right.
Nothing from YouTube. So yeah, that's the gist of our application right now. We did. Do you want me to go back to the beginning?
Go ahead and go back to the README. So our original idea was a little different. We originally wanted to do a API with Spotify. And then depending on where your location was, it would change your playlist. So if you were going to the gym, then whenever you get there, you would already have a pre-populated playlist. Versus if you're going to your home to study versus school versus work,
Girlfriend's house.
your girlfriend's house,
Right.
your best friend's house. We weren't sure how that was going to work, so we decided to work with YouTube instead. However, we ran into some problems with that too. One of the biggest challenges with Google, or with YouTube, is Google. Anyone who worked with the Google APIs knows that you couldn't just jump into their API, you had to do some Google stuff, get a key, and then go back to the little search and figure out how to put everything in order. But we were able to work with that. Our front end web design, a few different things, and that was the aspect that I played with the most. We did our mock-up, it was really simple. I went with W3 Schools, CSS. They had a little platform. We tried it, we liked it, it got us going. Then we decided to go with Material Design Bootstrap with an option of working with Materialized CSS. We stayed with Materialized Bootstrap, and we broke down our logic. Ed taking care of the Google Maps and Eric taking care of the YouTube.
Yeah, I handled the YouTube section. Basically just generated an AJAX call and goes out and fetches the search basically on the button that generates to the screen, stores it in an array, all that fancy stuff. But YouTube itself, pulling back stuff from the API can be really finicky. It could pop ads and the YouTube video we won't play, or the search might be too broad like that music one. So it's definitely one of those working things where you have to make sure that your parameters are right before you throw it to the API and get it back. Ed, you want to talk about
Yeah, no, as far as the Google API was, I mean, most everybody in here has used the
it on theirs. But at first we just wanted to ping where you were right away. Then we thought we couldn't do that because we were having problems with it. Eventually we found some documentation and video on how to do it. It really wasn't that bad. It's working pretty well actually compared to some of the other parts. You know,
And that was
it
actually
was pretty easier than some of the other parts.
And that was actually one of our new technologies that we used was the geolocation feature. Basically being able to pull your location from your IP address, which is an HTML5 feature. One of the other new technologies we used was basically a Bootstrap theme. We've used Bootstrap, but we've never really talked about themes. Then going back over everything, all the technologies we used, pretty much everything we used in class. We didn't really use anything else outside of that except for the theme. We also tried to use a jQuery validator for some form validation. That never quite got up and running. And then for our team workflow, we made a lot of use of Trello, which you guys will see in just a few moments. Go ahead and scroll down. See if I can touch on everything. Yeah, let's see. Problems and issues. There were a lot, and we'll go over those as we go over our Trello board. And then if you're watching this as well, there's a link to resources at the bottom. Got a handful of APIs and things. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Trello, could you zoom out a little bit? Trello is it's a lot of things, but you can use it to break down workflow and task management. So we originally also had a card all the way on the left that was planning and questions, to where any of us could just throw in questions and thoughts, things to pull up. Then we had our to-do list, doing section scheduled, done section, so you can see how we broke down everything, all through YouTube player dimensions, site with map, deploy